Hi, and how you doing? I'm James O. Joseph Jr., the Unintentional Psychic, and welcome to my Thursday morning live here on Facebook or on the rewatch for YouTube. I'm doing pretty good at getting those reposted on YouTube. Hi, if you're new to me and you're just bumping into me by chance, stick around. Let's hang out. Let's see what's going on. So commonly here on Facebook, I just need to wait a minute or two for many of the regulars who are part of this community to click in and realize I'm doing a live on Thursday, which I do a live on Thursday all the time. So we're going to stick around. And I don't know, I think we're going to do these crazy bars. So if you're super sensitive to high frequency, please cover your ears. But I love these, and it'll help clear the energy and, start fresh. That can be really high pitched for some of you. I love it. I cannot get enough of it. I swear, I could hear a dog whistle and I'd be like totally giddy about it. So I don't know what that means, to be very honest, but I love it. So we're going to do it one more time. And that just feels so good. So good. For me anyways. I hope it does for you too. So, like I said, I'm James O. Joseph Jr., the Unintentional Psychic. I am a psychic medium in New York State, in the Queensbury, Glens Falls, Lake George area, which is about an hour north of Albany. So in addition to being a psychic medium, I'm also a published author, and I am a Reiki practitioner, IET practitioner, spirit guide portrait artist, intuitive business coach, founder and caretaker of the Pheonix Rising Synergy Center, which is the compound that I work out of, which is also a metaphysical community center. So I'm sure there's other things, and I'm just missing them today. So that's totally fine. And like I said, I'm a psychic medium. So for me, my strongest psychic abilities are psychic knowing, psychic feeling, psychic seeing. But I really, all the clairs, all the time. Literally in the last year or so, it's just really there all the time. Sort of like a TV on in a living room. Sometimes you're in there watching, and sometimes you're in the kitchen making a sandwich. I don't know, that kind of thing. It's been really funny. Lately, it's been going off a lot. I casually fell into a casual reading while I was on the treadmill 2 days ago at Planet Fitness. Somebody who I talked to years ago, we don't know each other, but she stepped up and she's like, "Hey, aren't you on the internet? Aren't you the card guy?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm way better known for, the psychic mediumship stuff." And she's like, "Oh," and we're chatting, and then her mom comes through. So I just start asking things and telling things, and she was like a little freaked out at first, but of course it was Tarot Tuesday, so she made sure to post for a card because she was part of the community. She just hadn't touched it in a while. I didn't know. It's happening more and more for me, where I'm out in my local area and people are making comments to me about seeing me on the internet or knowing me or being to one of my past readings, which is awesome, but it's also a little weird to get used to. When I first started a couple years ago, I knew everybody on this community page. And now I don't. I know maybe 20% of the people on this community page. It's been really amazingly growing organically. I want to say we're about at, I think there's 2,231, 34, somewhere in there, community members. Welcome. If you are new, I really appreciate it. It does seem like in the last couple months, we have had an uptick, which is awesome. But it also, I think, relates to the fact that I've been doing more group events and getting more marketing out there. So hi, how are you? So yeah, I love all that, and it's really cool. I'm really embracing it more and more. I've had some amazing readings in the last couple weeks. Most of my readings are pretty on for the most part. And when they're not, usually I get notification, I guess that's the best way to put it, from some way, may it be spirit, from the person I've been reading or whatever, that even if I didn't feel like it was like my A game, there was a reason for it. There's completely, spirit's in charge. So I just try to do the best I can. And sometimes I feel like it didn't hit on the target, but that's what it was supposed to be. Sometimes the client couldn't deal with a super in-depth reading. Maybe they just needed something a little more glossy. Or, hi Sarah, how are you? Good morning. So a couple of years back, I did a reading at the Adelphi because I was doing an event there every October. And I did a reading for a young lady, and I was like, oh, this guy's coming through, but that's about it. It's really just, it's very, not detailed. She's like, good, that's what I wanted. I didn't want anything that was going to be super scary or super detailed. And I was like, oh, okay. So that happens to me on occasion where I don't really feel like maybe it's my A game, but there's always, maybe it's right at the end of the session, maybe it's a couple days from the session, whatever it may be, I get some kind of notification that just says, hey, you did your job. It's just, it had to be this way for one reason or another. Morning, Nadine. Hi, Terry. How is everybody? Betty. Hi, Betty. How is everybody doing? Kim Bacoli. Hi, everybody. How's you doing? So, yeah, it's really interesting because, a couple years ago when something like that would happen, I'd get down on myself. Like I was not using my full connection or my full potential. And now when I do stuff, I just believe, I just trust, I faith fall into it. Even I did a group party on the Friday the 13th. And there was a point where I was getting information, and for whatever reason, the sitter couldn't connect with it. And I'm like, okay, well, in the past, I would have doubted what I got, but I'm not doubting. I know this is the information I got. I wonder, I'm like, maybe I'm just not putting the pieces together properly because, it's a little bit of a pieces game for me too. Because as I've said before, 10% of the information I get is literal, which is amazing and easy, but it's only 10%. Then the other 90% of it is symbolic, imagery, feelings for me. And I have to navigate through my dictionary, personal dictionary, on how that relates so I can understand it. But I did stick with what I was getting on that party with that sitter. And then it ended up being for the person next to me, like next to the sitter. So that worked out really well. But in the past, I would have doubted, and it would have caused me to slow down and hold up and cut the flow. Now I don't. I know when I get something, I know I get it. And I just have to figure out sometimes how the puzzle piece fits into their personal story. So, I love it. I love it. I love my job. I love my job more every day. Every time I meet with somebody, I'm finding that I just love it more. I trust more. And I sort of feel ashamed to call it a job because I really just, it's more than that. I don't know how else to explain it. So it's interesting. So in that aspect, with saying all of that, obviously I just needed the last 3, 4, 5, 6 years to grow into it, to feel comfortable with it. Even though I don't really have any more F's to give, as they say, my bag of F's, you still have, in this business, from my personal belief structure and viewpoint, you still have to go through this process of letting go of preconceived notions, preconceived beliefs, preconceived society's pressures, all those things, and just go with it. That's really it, is trusting your spirit team and the collective enough to sincerely, fully, 120% free fall. And, like I even said at the party, there's 14 people at that party on Friday the 13th. It was a private party. And I told them, I could have been wrong. I could be wrong with everything that falls out of my mouth today, but I have to move ego aside enough to do it anyways. And maybe I could, it could have been a complete, crapshoot. But for me lately anyways, the last couple of years, never. I've never had, I'll say in the last 3 years, I have not had a reading at all where I just couldn't connect. Sometimes it's not what I would consider an A game reading. Maybe it's a C, but they don't know. And that's many times, like I said, Spirit just basically saying, this is what they need right now. And sometimes my readings are very factual, very detail-orientated, and then other ones are broader strokes of the paintbrush, which is emotional or therapeutic. So, yeah. It's interesting. I love it. So yeah, I don't know how I got on that tangent, but I did. So how's everybody doing? Good morning to everybody. I really am tickled to see you all here. So I love how I feel when I get on my lives, because, you know, right before I hit live, I was like, kind of thing. Not terrible, but just, I don't know. And now I don't. I feel great. So hopefully you do too. How has life been treating you? I know the last couple times that I've been on live, I've been not warning you, because I don't want it to be, you know, I don't know, warning sounds foreshadowing. How's that sound? Foreshadowing that life is just very lifey. Very adventuresome, unexpected. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on, not only in this 3D world, but there's so much going on right now in the 5D energetic world. And a lot of people are struggling with emotion. All the heavy ones too, especially. You know, I'm seeing a lot of people in the last week or two with really intense depression, or sadness, or just wherever it may be seated from, wherever your focus is that's causing that. I want to. Hi, Gina. How are you? I want to tell you that you're in control of this. Emotions don't control us. We control them. There's ways to not embrace that heaviness or the sadness or the depression. There's, you know, that's the biggest thing that I learned in my 20s and 30s, was this toolbox of different little things that I did when, and especially back then, I was way more moody. Way more moody, believe me. But I was conscious, self-aware enough, I guess, and realized that what I felt was not who I was. So I really started to build this toolbox of tricks or get-arounds or cheat codes to eliminate those. So if you haven't been self-aware enough to realize that, hi, it's time. This world is not, it's not gonna get all like rainbows and butterflies, because that's, I mean, it's great, there's moments, but overall, I mean, it's pretty swampy right now. So what do? How do you deal with that? How do you navigate your energy and make sure your frequency's high? Because no matter what, there's going to be moments on a very personal level, community level, national, where something's going to happen and it's going to get in your armor and it's going to cause your frequency and your emotions to drop to those heavier things. What's your tricks? What do you do? So I have a song that I play when I feel like my frequency's low and maybe I'm not in a chipper mood, and it's Happy by Pharrell Williams. And I know that sounds ridiculous. Pharrell, when he created that song, he did 24 hours of YouTube videos. So he did, like I said, 24 hours. So 24 videos of an hour each. So I find one of those and I literally just play it. I play it until, and I sing with it until I feel my frequency vibrate up, because you can't fight against music that's really, really high frequency built. Like its purpose is, so Abel Hart is an amazing production artist and singer on YouTube, and a lot of his music is very high frequency. So, and there's a couple others that are really high frequency. So I just wondered, what do you do? I mean, I have a number of other tricks too. Kim, I believe we are in a retrograde starting today. I thought we were finishing up a retrograde. Mercury retrograde started a couple weeks ago, I thought. So if anything, I think we're stepping out of a retrograde, but I could be wrong. But I thought we were getting ready to step out of the Mercury retrograde. Nadine, noticed that too with energies. My coworkers kept asking if it was a full moon and not a new moon this week. Yep. Wasn't last night. or early this morning, a new moon. I'm under the impression that the new moon is either today or was last night. Is that true too? I try, but I've got a lot of things going on. And, you know, I've got kid issues. My youngest kid is just, she is going through some very heavy emotional stuff right now. And it's super hard for us because she lives right now in college, obviously 14 hours away. So we're trying to do the best we can. Plus, I got really on top of things last night, and I started doing some specific energy work for her. So yeah. Energy is real. You can weave it, move it, shake it. So that's what I did. I'm pretty sure it worked because we talked to her later last night after we talked to her once, and it shifted. You could tell it had shifted. So I love that. Gina, yes, I agree. Ups and downs, lots of uncertainty. Yeah, but just because that is the story going on outside in nationally, globally, does not mean that it has to corrode your foundation of personal power and allow you or cause you to drop down from whatever higher frequency you're in to this gloom and doom survival scenario. You have a choice. It's not what happens, but it's how you respond to everything in this matrix called Earth. So, but I'm just James, so who knows? I could be wrong. This is just my personal opinion and information the spirit drops into my head. So, Nadine, last night, new moon. That's what I thought, Nadine. Thank you. So, do you guys have any suggestions? Do you have any little tricks? Maybe something out of the norm that you do or you think nobody else does that helps you stay focused up in more, uplifting, positive, higher frequency energy. For anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about by frequency, sorry, I'm just assuming everybody knows what I'm talking about. So every emotion is based on a frequency. And then, so like love is 500, bliss is 700. So I personally try to focus for 500 to 700 is my focus. But the more I'm leaning into my authenticity, I do find the authenticity frequency rides even higher, and overtakes, even if maybe you drop below like the frequency of love for a little bit for one reason or another. If you live in a status of authenticity, it sort of counterbalances it. But yeah, so that's my focus. So all the other emotions below love, like kindness is right below love, but then like anger is really, really low for anybody that doesn't know. I don't know how low. I'm down. Sadness is down. Depression is down. So it's just this constant ladder of your energetic soul energy frequency up and down through all those numbers. And our goal is really, to be up, because when you're up in the 500s, the 700s, even higher, you can make magic happen. And it's contagious. So somebody who resonates at 500 in a room, a bunch of people who are, let's say, in the 250s, they naturally force the other people around them to just frequency up just by being there, just being in the room. So, like, for example, let's say you're at a party or something and somebody comes in and they don't say much, but they just have this, everybody looks and everybody's focused and everybody sees something special. It's that natural glow, and then it just sort of causes everybody else to frequency up. I think the same thing happens when I noticed, for myself anyways, when I started to truly step into this chapter of my life, and my frequency naturally raised up permanently. All the people in my house, their frequency also raised significantly. Life changes happen for a lot of people in my immediate household, and we've all leveled up and we've all stayed up. So that's a really cool experience also I have found that I noticed personally. So maybe that's happening for you too. Or maybe it happened to you because somebody else raised their frequency or naturally raised their frequency before you, and then that just sort of quantum leaped you to a higher frequency. So is this above everybody's head, or does this make sense? I'd love to see what people think about this. The sad thing is not that you're gonna really, somebody at a lower frequency rarely is able to pull somebody from a higher frequency down, unless the lower frequency person finds like a trigger or a trauma trigger that causes somebody who's pretty high up there to drop down because you're hitting really close to the core. Other than that, usually you can stay pretty high vibe if you've figured out a way to stay there most of the time. Like myself, I would like to think that I am pretty high vibe most of the time. Just be authentic. So does that all make sense? I don't know. I feel like I'm over everybody's head. So as I said, I want to say Sunday, I was talking about frequency a bit too. It's on my mind a lot lately. I don't know why. I'm doing more with and oddly enough. So Elisa Taylor was on, I want to say Sunday, or was it last Thursday? Lisa Taylor is a local to me. She does a number of things, and she also had a space at the center for a while. She reached out to me and she's like, I'm doing frequency healing sessions now. Do you want to get together? So tomorrow I'm doing a frequency healing session, and I am super, super grateful. And the great thing is I already have a room all set up over in the new suite because it's set up for rentals, for like hourly rentals for people who are doing table work, whatever that may be, Reiki, IET, bars, massage, whatever modality you do that you need like a workspace with a table, body work table. So that's pretty cool. I was loving that, and it's all set up. So I think spirits, everything happens for a reason. So I'm really intrigued to see how I feel and what goes on, Friday night and Saturday and Sunday. There is somebody that I used to know fairly well. We did BNI together. She used to work at a chiropractor, but she still does. Her husband owns it. But she got certified, where she does this whole certification with tuning forks. And I haven't seen her in a couple years. I saw her at Mind Body Soul Expo, which is an expo here local to me. And I just loved what she was doing. I saw it, and I had my attention on it, but obviously I was doing readings. But that's drawing me more and more, is just this frequency work thing. So I'm not sure. I feel like it's calling. I just don't know what the next step is on that kind of thing. And I really do have a lot of sticks in the fire right now. So I have the Age of Aquarius Festival happening at the end of May. I have had people reach out since Saturday's gallery event that I did. So those of you who didn't know, I did a Glens Falls Senior Center fundraiser gallery at the Park Theater in Glens Falls. And I've already had some client readings from that, and I had somebody reach out and they want me to do a fundraiser in South Glens Falls. And we're working out the details for that. So I'm loving it. And I think I'm going to be doing more work up in Lake George. I believe I am going to collaborate with an events coordinator up in Lake George and do 1 or 2 galleries there. So I'm loving this. Oh, and if you hadn't heard already, I have locked in with the Whitehall Castle, which is in Whitehall, New York, over by Skeen Manor, which I do many galleries at, and I'm going to this summer. But I'm also done to be co-spearing a new psychic fair in Whitehall at the Whitehall Castle in October. So I got a bunch of stuff going on, and actually probably more. So yeah, so I'm supposed to be working on starting the contract construction and all that stuff for a really cool event in the Whitehall Castle for October 11th. Once the application gets verified by the castle owner, I'm going to start, marketing that. So I'm tickled. And then there's whispers of doing stuff over in Utica. And then, of course, as many of you know, I do Beardsley Castle and Little Falls, and where else? Oh, I'm doing the Freya Fest again in August. So just a bunch of stuff. I love it. So yeah, I am just going to talk about a couple things. This weekend is packed with 4 different events. So I'm going to go through them really quick for you if you are interested in coming. The Healing Circle is going again for this Saturday at 11. So that is March 21st. Can you believe it's already like halfway through the month. So that's crazy, crazy. Today is the, I don't even know, 19th? 19th. My youngest daughter turns 20 tomorrow. She's my equinox baby. 20. All my kids will be in their 20s after tomorrow. That's wild. It's just blowing my mind. Blowing my mind. So happy birthday to her. So, like I said, March 21st, Saturday, from 11 until noon, we're going to be doing Healing Circle. For those of you who don't know, it is a free community event. Oh, thank you for the hearts. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I love my kids. My kids are amazing, and they're so unique, and they're cool. You know, it's cool to have people that you helped create and you hope that are going to be amazing participants in society in their own way, and on a 5D level live their soul purpose and really be that part of the puzzle that they were meant to be. So yeah, if you want to know more about healing circles or the Healing Circle for this Saturday, you can, as always, go to my link tree or go to my Facebook community page and find the Facebook event for it. It will have more information about it, and it'll have a line, like a sync up. It'll be sign up for it, even though it's completely free. Hi, Sarah. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? So yeah, it's limited at 15 people, and it's really, I think it's a great way just to be conscious of the things in our reality that needs healing. We go through a process of a meditation, then we go through a process of writing down the things that we feel need healing energy. You don't put your names on them, and then we put them in a container, and we do our version, each of us, of sending healing energy to that. And then we do a closing ceremony, and then we chit-chat for a couple minutes, and then everybody goes on their way. And it's just a really great way to build connection, community, and understanding. Many of us, especially on this community page, feel like at one time or another we're the black sheep of the family or the black sheep of the community, which, as we all know, the black sheep usually become the goats, you know. So with that being said, it's always nice to see the other black sheep in the herd or the flock kind of scenario and level up together. So if that interests you, like I said, you know where to find the information. I want to say there's 5 people signed up for it already, and it's limited at 15. It's fun. I like it. I create a really cool guided meditation for each one, and it's spring, and tomorrow's the spring equinox, so I'm sure that the Healing Circle and the Synergy Circle on Sunday will both be probably wrapped around, you know, spring equinox, growth, new beginnings, planting seeds, all that fun stuff. I haven't worked it out yet because I'm so seated by the seat of my pants. But yeah. And then on Saturday afternoon, March 21st, Saturday afternoon from 1 until 2, I am doing a class on empath empowerment, which is an in-person class. It's empath empowerment, tools for sensitive souls. I think it's a really great time to do that class. But it might get canceled because nobody has signed up yet, which is totally fine. I offer up what I offer up, and if it's meant to be, it'll be. So probably midday tomorrow I will decide, and if nobody signed up or nobody's reached out, then I will turn off that sign-up link. But at this point in time, which is sort of surprising for me because things are so intense and people are so emotional, and so many of the people that I know and I interact with and who hear my voice are empaths. I'm just sort of surprised. I was expecting to have to like turn people away from this class, but nobody. So, and that's fine. There's no ego in my game. I create because I think there's a need, but if there's not a need right now, maybe there will be later. I don't know. It is what it is. But that class right now at this point in time is scheduled for 1 o'clock on Saturday. So if that interests you, if that's being, pulled to you, then definitely check it out in my resources. As I said, there's usually an event, and there's also Linktree. So then we move over to Sunday, which Sunday we're doing Synergy Circle. That's March 22nd from 3 to 4:30. It's a free event, and you have to sign up, though. I need to know how many people are coming so I have proper supplies. And it's probably going to be, a lot of it is going to be wrapped around, like I said, spring equinox, new beginnings, fresh starts, planting seeds, a lot of that kind of stuff. I haven't figured it out yet because I haven't planned that agenda yet. But this is an event that's been going on for years, and it got sort of a dry spell for a while, and I'm really trying to blow new life into it. I just feel like there's a need in a while. And much like the Healing Circle, this is a great community builder. This is a great way to connect with other people in our local area. Sorry, all these are in person for this weekend. Oh, not the next one though. But this is an in-person event also. And I'm getting back into the swing of it because for a while there it was being spearheaded by other people, and they stepped back for personal reasons. And so I am doing it up. So it's going to be at my office. All these things are at the Pheonix Rising Synergy Center, my office, my compound, my center. So yeah, if that interests you, sign up, check it out, say hi, kind of thing. There is a Facebook group, a private group for the Synergy Circle. I am going to be posting on there today also about it. I would really like to start getting us all back together and really growing this and really causing the synergy that it's supposed to be. So, yeah. After that, Sunday evening, as far as I've heard, I am still part of the Soul Journey Sundays virtual galleries. So if you're interested in getting a couple readings this Sunday night from the convenience of your home, on your sofa or chair, this would be a great thing for you. It starts at 7:30. And it ends around 9:15-ish, maybe a little later. There's chit chat afterwards, like if you got to really, if you want to talk about your readings in the group. So it's $55 and you get 2 15-minute readings. And you could luck out because if you get put in a room where there's not another sitter, then you get one of your readings could be a 30-minute reading, which would be awesome. But yeah, I'm one of like 65 intuitives that are part of this organization. And once again, Sunday night, we are doing the Soul Journey Sundays. So it's really cool. It's something that our Julie has created. She's been running this, I want to say, since 2020 now. And I was really blessed to be asked to interview for it right after my chapter in my book was published. Julie also has a chapter in the book. So does Deb DeSalle, who is also in this organization. And I want to say 2 or 3 other authors in the book that I'm a part of that went live in April of last year. April, end of April, I think. April 22nd. So yeah, it's a good time. I had a great time. The last one I did last month, I did 4 readings, and they were really good. I loved them. All 4 of them were totally different too. So, I love that too. And variety spirit makes sure that I don't get bored. I never get bored though when I'm doing a reading. So yeah, those are what's coming up for this weekend. That one's virtual. The other 3 are in person. If you want to know more information about that, you also can find it on my Linktree. I don't think I have anything posted on this community page in a Facebook event, but you can always look up the website, Soul Journey Sundays. They have their own website. They have their own Facebook page, all that fun stuff. So yeah. And then the only other thing I'm going to talk about right now is on March 27th, I've scheduled another paid Facebook Live readings. So if you saw any of my past ones that I've done in the last couple of years, they're pretty good usually. I think so anyways. I think especially the one I did last month was very on. I had 3 people that I did readings for. So it will be going live at 8 o'clock on Friday, March 27th. And if you're interested in being put in the lineup, there's a way to do that through either Facebook event or through the link tree. You sign up. I want to say it's $30, and a reading is somewhere between 10 to 15 minutes. So you'll see increments of 8, 8:15, 8:30, 8:45, 9. If you do sign up, if it does resonate for you and you want me to do a mini reading for you, please take whatever the earliest one is. So if the earliest one is 8 o'clock, then take that one. If the earliest one is like 8:45, then take that. You know, like, don't gap it up for me, please. But yeah, I had a good time with that. Even if you don't sign up for an actual reading, show up. It's going to be alive. And you can see how I work, how I function. It's going to be a little different because unless I get StreamYard up and going, because the iPad won't allow me to bring any of you up into a live, which is really frustrating. Facebook, the laptop version, used to allow me to bring you on and we could chit chat back and forth. But when I did this last month, it would not allow me to do that. So everything had to be through comment communication, which I got the hang of it, but it was... And as I've said many times, time and space is an illusion. So it wouldn't matter if you're in the same town I'm in or if you're in California. I'm still going to give you a very connected, informed reading because that's how it works. And that's, I just know. So, yeah, that's what's going on for the rest of this month, which I'm dumbfounded and shocked that we're more than halfway through March already, which is intense. Things are flying by. They're blurry. It's like sitting in the back seat of a car and watching the trees fly by. Hi, Chantel. How are you? Good morning, good morning, good morning. And Kim B says, I wish, but will be in Massachusetts. Okay. I don't know what that's in reference to, but... all good. No worries. So, yeah. So that's what's going on in the way of events for the next couple weeks. I'm not going to pressure you guys with all the stuff in April, in May, in June, in July. But if you're interested, you can always jump on my Linktree and look at that. And for those of you who are Linktree incapable, I am planning this weekend to work on refreshing my website. And I'm going to try and get it live. But even if I don't get my website live, I will put, if it's not already in my Linktree, well, that won't help. So, even if it's not live, I'll have a backdoor link. And I will post it here on Facebook. And I'll pin it to the top of the community page. So you can surf through my website. And it'll be more user-friendly for the classes and events and things that are going on or will be going on. Everything will be functional in it. So if I'll set it up so all the different events and classes are little, so you can get more information. It's sort of like what I've been doing with Linktree and with the Facebook events. But if you just, go to the special thing until I can figure out how to make it live, which is a pain. I've tried before and it just stresses me out. So I might have to pay somebody on Fiverr to do it for me. I don't know. So yeah, with that being said, I'm going to work on that too. Because, I have so much spare time on my hands and there's nothing going on in my life. So, we're going to do a card spread for this weekend. And I'm going to use my spring card deck again that I bought digitally from Etsy, and then I printed them all out, and then I plastic coated them, and then I cut them up. I don't know what. As soon as I came down here, they're the ones that Spirit's like, do these. So, and I love them because they're pretty. Look how pretty they are. I'll just show you a few of them. And I'm going to even leave in the Easter ones because this is an Easter deck. So, there's a particular name, pagan name for the Easter. Starts with an S, right? Cetra or Sutra? I don't know. Something like that. But I love these. They're just so pretty. Pretty cards. Flowers, butterflies, dragonflies. So, let's see what they have for a message for us. Sorry. I know, aren't they pretty? I love them. They're so cute. Got them on Etsy. I want to say the digital download was like $10. So, not a bad price. And then I sent the digital downloads to Staples, and I had them printed. And I want to say they roughly was about $12.50, maybe $13 to print the whole deck. And then I came home and they gave me 8 different like patterns for the back. So I printed, thank you, Miss Kim. I printed the back. This was the one I liked the most, but there was like eight different patterns for the back. And what I loved about the back part was it was just an 8.5 by 11. So, you know, you just printed the whole back. And that way when you cut it out, there wasn't whites. So with some of the holiday ones, they just did like 4 square patches for the back. And they never aligned perfectly. And it sort of annoyed me. But whatever. So yeah. But isn't that pretty too? I love that. It's just pastel-y and fun and spring. So that's what I'm leaning into. Oh, look. My top matches. My sweatshirt. Not my top. My shirt. There. Butch it up a bit. So let's see. Please give me a message for the highest good of our collective for the next 72 hours from when they see it. Okay. Love that. Are we doing one more? Yeah, one more. That's interesting. We don't usually do a 4th card. Please. Waiting for something to fall out. There it is. Oh, I love that. Cool. So we have 4 cards, as many of you know, because you've been on here more times than I can count. I'm going to just simply show you the cards, talk about them, read them. And then when you check in with me, either tomorrow morning or whenever after that, there's going to be a post. And it's going to have a photo of the cards, and it's going to have a write-up. The write-up could be exactly what's on the cards. Spirit could guide me to alter it, add to it, whatever. I'm not in charge. But when you do see it, whenever that may be, check in with yourself. Is this talking to you? Does it resonate fully or partially? If it does, use it. That's what it's meant to do. That's the whole purpose of it, is to give you a beacon. So, with that being said, our first one is Gilded Chalice. Raise a cup to new beginnings. Toast to the balance of light and dark. So this is interesting because this resonates to I already can tell you that it resonates to the 4th card that fell out. So once again, raise a cup to new beginnings. Toast to the balance of light and dark. That's interesting because a lot of light and dark stuff going on right now. I mean, you know, globally it's just the battle. And it's 5D and 3D, the battle over 5D, which, you know, we're in the final battles of us dividing our souls between who's going to stay in 3D reality and who's going to level up to 5D reality and stay there. So our second card is Astora. I'm not pronouncing that right, I'm sure. But that's what it was, Astora. Ostara. Embrace creativity and fertility. Magic thrives in the season of renewal. Is that not the cutest? Money. And for those of you who didn't know, I used to raise rabbits for years. I used to raise English Angora rabbits. When I owned a fiber farm for a number of years. I want to say like 11 years. So I had English Angora rabbits, and I had alpaca, and I had Angora sheep. Couple, in addition to other things, quail and stuff like that. Our third card is Spring Goddess. Feel her energy. She nurtures growth, balance, and creativity. The creator of these cards, awesome artwork. And then the last card is Balancing Day and Night. Find harmony within. Balance brings clarity and strength. So this reinforces card 1. So I'm going to put these all together as I commonly do, and hopefully it makes a little cool consistent paragraph. We'll see. So, raise a cup to new beginnings. Toast to the balance of light and dark. Embrace creativity and fertility. Magic thrives in the season renewal. Feel her energy. She nurtures growth, balance, and creativity. Find harmony within. Balance brings clarity and strength. So that is the message. And it will be pretty much that message tomorrow when you see it here on the community page. So I should have it done sometime in the morning tomorrow, which will be the 20th, which will be spring equinox. So I find that totally crazy. That just blew my mind that Spirit had me pull this deck. And I wasn't even putting 2 and 2 together. And then that message is literally like, embrace the spring equinox for the weekend. So that leads me to say, you know, if you haven't planned to do any like energy work or ritual work or whatever that relates around, you know, the spring equinox and renewal, I feel like this is just saying, spend a little bit of time, whatever that is. I know time is precious for each of us, but that's wild. That came to better. I couldn't have planned that better if I tried. Like, see, I am so blonde that Spirit like leads me around by the nose and makes me look good when it looks like I planned that all out. That's so funny. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you for the stars. I really appreciate it. That was funny. I love that. So yeah, you'll see that tomorrow morning. That is the earliest you'll see it, sometime between 8 and 11. But, you know, maybe you don't see it or run into it until Tuesday or Thursday. And if that's the fact, when you see it for the next 72 hours from when you connect with that post, work with the energy if it resonates for you. I'm not saying it has to resonate for you. Morning, Elizabeth. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Sarah Boyce is like, I love that. I do too. It's so funny. I mean, I try to you know, like pre-plan and make things look like consistent and connected. But Spirit loves to like blow a little wind beneath my wings and make me look even better, which I love. So it's sort of like spiritual, I got your back. So yeah, I think that's so funny. I don't know why. It just tickles me. So I had 3 different readings on Tuesday. And one of the readings I had, so I'm going to share this because I feel inspired to, and I think it relates really to the spring equinox energy, fertility, feminine. So I did a reading for a person, and the very first thing that came through for me is, at first I thought it was the woman's mother. And then I'm like, feels sort of like, I'm like, that's not quite it. Maybe grandmother. And we're talking it out, and I'm like, this is more. This is so much more. So I don't know exactly who this energy was, but no joke, I was connecting with like the divine feminine, which when I started talking about it, it just sounded so, I don't normally do this. On occasion, I will connect with angel energy. On occasion, I will connect with spirit guide energy. And I have personally had deity energy come to me, you know, on different occasions, for me personally. But this energy felt even more so. So in the past, I've had, you know, Venus, Diana, and Hecate all come to me at different times for different reasons. And actually 1 or 2 others. And I don't know why. It's way more female deity energy for me than it is masculine. Not a big deal. Doesn't matter. But this energy felt so much more. Like literally, I already knew that this energy, she was like the top of the list. So it's just this divine feminine energy. And I really feel like, and when I was talking to my client about it later in the day on Tuesday, she's like, totally makes sense. That's what I've been doing. I've been reaching out to this strong feminine power. So that blew my mind. But the reason I'm bringing that up is because I think it's more than just my client from Tuesday afternoon. I think that it's the season we're stepping into. I feel like this essence, this energy, and I call her mother. Literally, by the time we were done, I just called her mother. That was literally the energy. I think we're stepping into the mother chapter. I don't know why. It just feels like now more than ever before, she's connecting not only with female meat suits, as you know, I call us meat suits, but male meat suits who are very connected with their intuition, their inner knowing. And I think we're turning a corner. So I don't know why I brought that up, other than I was really quite shocked, actually, when I knew the energy. I felt it. There was no denying what I was getting, but I didn't know how to express that. And it was so outside of this energy, like my hair's standing on end, like she's stepping in as I'm talking about her and making my hair sparkle, like statically, electricity kind of thing. So, she's intense. And I don't know what to do with that kind of thing. So I don't know why I'm sharing that, other than it's just, it's yeah. Sarah Boy says it's Gaia's ascending. Because every time I say it's mother, I want to say it's Mother Earth. So that's blowing my mind that you just said that, because every time I've said mother, even in the session and even now, I want to finish it up with Earth, Mother Earth. So it's this intensity. I'm going to sit in meditation with this, because like I'm getting so much more energy, and it all relates to this card. And this spring equinox is the most important equinox we've ever had. I don't know where this is coming from, so it's blowing my mind a little bit. And I need to emphasize that. Wow, this is just too intense. I got to let it go a little bit. I'm going to sit in meditation with this, and maybe we'll talk about it later. Maybe I'll do a special live this weekend or something about it. But she's just like biting at the bit to step into the spotlight that she deserves and has been pushed away from for so long. And she needs us to activate. I don't even know what the hell that means, but we're like Mother Gaia warriors. It's our time. It's our time to put on our battle gear, whatever that is, and do what we were brought here to do. This is really intense energy. So, and I don't know where it came from, and I feel like I'm going to cry, and I don't want to. So with that being said, that was crazy cool, and I don't know what to do with that. So like, I don't know. But that was a really cool experience. And so I'm just trying to process that reading even more from a slightly different perspective now than Tuesday. I thought it was just for my client at the time, but obviously it's not. Sarah, she's trying to wake up all of us to move with her. Yeah, Sarah, I would tend to agree with that. In many ways, I was already starting to step into the work that I feel like she's talking to me about now. But it's becoming very much all of a sudden, literally just in the last 3 minutes, in my face, and sort of giving me more work to do. So we'll figure that out in the next 24 to 48 hours. So yeah, so I'm gonna politely ask her to sit down in the lounge until I have more time to work with her. So with that being said, yeah, Cheryl, that was intense. I'm sorry. Maybe that's what Synergy Circle is going to be about for Sunday. Also, I got to figure that out now. So yeah, cool. So we did that, and guess what we're going to do now? We're going to do individual cards. So if you would like me, I'm going to pull individual cards out of this deck today. So you let me know in the comments what you want, and then I will write your name down and then pull cards. Lindsay, I feel this entire session on all levels. My choices lately have been mostly, if not all, mother energy related. I love that, Lindsay. That's wild. Sarah, of course, Sarah. Anybody else would like a card pull? You don't have to if you don't want to, but I'm more than glad to do it for you. Kind of scenario. Yeah, that. So, you know, you never know what you're going to get on my lives, huh? I don't even know. I don't pre-plan a damn thing. And it always baffles me. And I love when Spirit takes me on these, like, soapbox, like, little things. But that one was probably, that's intense. And it's interesting because as I feel into this more, the frequency stuff that I'm being really, really drawn to has something to do with this Mother Gaia essence, energy. Like, I can't even call it spirit. It's more. I don't know, like, essence. I don't know how to describe it other than that. That's wild. Oh, cool. Everybody's popping off now. Pam. Alicia. Alishun. Gee, I think I'm pronouncing that right. I hope I'm just writing the names down, and after I do that, then we'll pull cards, okay? Hi, Gab. How you doing? Chantal. Awesome. Lindsay. You'll give it a try. Oh, you're so funny. Nadine, lots of Divine Mother has been. Yeah, for sure. I want to see more. Okay, it says see more with Nadine, so bear with me for a second. I would like, oh, of course you would like a card. That would be awesome. Can be. Oh, so Sarah Boyce says, read Rise, Sister Rise. So if that resonates with anybody, obviously. Sarah, is that a book? And is there an author for that book so it'd be easier to find? Or let me know. Oh, good, Gab. I'm glad. Not too bad. Elizabeth Nelson. Elizabeth. Let's hook Elizabeth up with a card. Oh, Dobert Nelson there. Sorry. Can't leave out the Dobert. Awesome. Oh, okay. So Sarah says there is a book by Rebecca Campbell who has a number of oracle decks out for any of you who don't know. Beautiful oracle decks, very feminine energy. And she has a book out called Rise, Sister Rise. So that must all correlate together. Cool. So, as you know, I'm going to go through and I'll shuffle and do each person, show you the card. I will pick the card up and put it towards the camera. If you want, if you're working off of a phone, you can take a snapshot. That's why I do it, is so you can take a snapshot. If you don't want to, you don't have to. I don't mind. So, first we're going to go with Sarah. Sarah, please give me a message for Sarah's highest good. Did you get me? Yes, you're fourth, Cheryl. I gotcha. Sarah, please give me a message for Sarah's highest good. Please give me a message for Sarah's highest good. Ooh, did you hear me just raise my vocal tone? And for those of you who are new to me, I don't pull cards. I shuffle until they fall out. I feel Spirit is in charge of that. So usually they jump right out. So I don't know what that's about. Please give me a message for Sarah's highest. Yeah, there it is. This is it. Sarah, you have see it through. You don't always finish what you start and then talk badly to yourself because of it. Break the karmic pattern by seeking a project through to the end and then be proud of what you accomplished. Ooh, Spirit calling you out in a nice, loving way. Sorry, I'm trying to deal with the light rings so the cards don't clear. I'll read this again for Sarah. You don't always finish what you start and then talk badly to yourself because of it. Break the karmic patterns by seeing a project through to the end and then be proud of what you've accomplished. That was the card. That was not me. I'm not. Don't punish the messenger. Next. The next one is Pam, bigness. Ooh, it jumped right out. That was wild. Pam, you have solitude. Spending time alone is often what we need to hear the whispers of our soul. Get to know all aspects of yourself so you can stand on your own in any situation. It's an owl card. I love owl cards. Whenever I see an owl, no matter what, Goddess Diana comes to me right away. So that's wild. And I don't even really know a lot about Goddess Diana. I just know she has an owl. She's about wisdom, I believe. I think I have the right goddess. So once again, for Pam. Spending time alone is often what we need to hear the whispers of our soul. Get to know all aspects of yourself so you can stand on your own in any situation. You're welcome, Cheryl. Sarah, working on my advanced human design course. I love that. Cool. Allison G. Allison G, you have pay attention. You're being asked to pay extra close attention to the signs you're being given, both the subtle ones and the ones that can't be missed. These signs will help you see how to best move forward in order to live your best life. Ooh, Allison. Spirit be calling you out. Take the blinders off. Be open. Once again for Allison, pay attention. You're being asked to pay extra close attention to the signs you're being given, both in the subtle ones and the ones that can't be missed. These signs will help you see how to best move forward in order to live best life. That's pretty cool. Cheryl Romano. Cheryl. You're welcome, Pam. Cheryl Romano, please give me a message for Cheryl's highest good. Cheryl's highest good, please. Give me a message. There it is. Reward and recognition. Cheryl, congratulations. Your hard work will soon pay off and take you in the direction of your dreams. Acknowledge your efforts and own your power. This is for Cheryl Romano. Allison, you're very welcome. I love it. Allison goes, wow, that is a cool message. Thank you. Yeah. So once again for Cheryl Romano, congratulations. Your hard work will soon pay off and take you in the direction of your dreams. Acknowledge your efforts and own your power. Okay, this card is yours too. This card is yours too, Cheryl. Take a chance. It's time to step outside your comfort zone. The world is waiting for you to take a chance. When you do, you'll be rewarded with newfound confidence and enthusiasm and will begin to attract new results. So Cheryl had two cards. Once again, second part of Cheryl's message is, it's time to step outside your comfort zone. The world is waiting for you to take a chance. When you do, you'll be rewarded with newfound confidence and enthusiasm and will begin to attract new results. So, kid, what are you too scared to move forward on or justifying not yet that you need to stop doing? Gabby. I'm sorry, I call you Gabby. I know you don't go by Gabby on here, but Gabrielle. I like to call you Gabby. I don't know why. Yeah, Cheryl, it was awesome, huh? Okay, please give me a message. There it was, as soon as I say that. That was wild. Any other upside downers? I don't know. Okay. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, this card's yours. I'm trying to figure it out. Talking to spirit. Don't mind me. So, Gab. Open up. You're being asked to open your heart to another, to let down your walls and trust that they want what's best for you. Your life will open up in wonderful ways once you decide to open up. This is for Gabby. Read it one more time. Open up. You're being asked to open your heart to another. Let down your walls and trust that they want what's best for you. Your life will open up in wonderful ways once you decide to open up. So I hope that made sense. Chantel B, please give me a message for Chantel's highest good. Please give me a message for Chantel's highest good. That's like 6 cards. That's not happening. Chantel's highest good. Please give me a message for Chantel's highest good. Like, they almost pop out and then it doesn't. It's weird. And as soon as I said it. Okay. Chantel, you have jump in. You're being asked to take a chance and give whatever you're questioning a try. The stars will never all align in just the right way. Sometimes you have to take the leap anyway. This is that time. I don't think I've ever seen this card before. That's wild. So once again, for Chantel, you're being asked to take a chance and give whatever you're questioning a try. The stars will never all align in just the right way. Sometimes you just have to take that leap of anyway. This is that time. That was for Chantel B. Lindsay J. Please give me a message for Lindsay J's highest good. There it is. And it's 2 cards. Okay, so Lindsay, you have 2 cards. Hopefully, they make a complete understanded message. So the first one is consider the options. You've narrowed your focus to one desired outcome, and you might be missing a bigger opportunity. Open up and let the universe send you the highest possible result. That's the first part of your message. Let's see if I can get it without glare. And then the second card to your message is break free. You're being asked to break free from the tribe in order to live your authentic life. This isn't easy, but it's very necessary if you're going to share your true self with others. Be brave, be real, be you, and trust that those who love you will always be there for you. So that's the second card, and then I'm going to put them together and read them as one little paragraph, and hopefully they flow. That's the plan anyways. Dawn, I'm going to add you to the bottom of the list, kiddo. Dawn. Hi, Dawn. How are you? So, for Lindsay J, I'm going to read both her cards together. You've narrowed your focus to one desired outcome, and you might be missing a bigger opportunity. Open up and let the universe send you the highest possible result. You're being asked to break free from the tribe in order to live your authentic life. This isn't easy, but it is very necessary if you're going to share your true self with others. Be brave, be real, be you, and trust that those who love you will always be there for you. That's for Lindsay. I'd love to know, Lindsay, if that resonated for you. Oh, Chantel B. She's like, that's very on point. Thank you. You're very welcome. That's how spirit works. You know that. You've been around long enough to know how I function, and especially with the cards. Because I'm just shuffling cards, but spirit lays out usually a pretty on point message for you in one way or another. So for all of you, not just Chantel, but oh, sure, Dan. Sylvia, yes, of course. Are you wanting a card, Sylvia? You're more than welcome to. How you doing this morning, Dan? Okay, so we are Nadine. Nadine, you are next. Let's see what they have to say for Nadine. Please give me a message for Nadine's highest good. Okay. Bear with me for a second. Okay. Okay, there's 2 cards. There's 4 cards, but I'm sticking to the 2 cards. So for Nadine, we have, the first one is stand your ground. There is something you want to fight for, yet you are choosing to hide instead. Create a boundary and speak up for what you believe in. This is the first part of the message for Nadine. The second part of the message is miracles. You're being asked to pay extra close attention to all the big and small miracles that have already occurred in your life, and also to those that are currently occurring and are still to come. Miracles surround you. Be on the lookout for them. So that's the second part of your message. So, as I did earlier, I'm going to put these together and hope that they make a consistent paragraph. There is something you want to fight for, yet you are choosing to hide instead. Create a boundary and speak up for what you believe in. You're being asked to pay extra close attention to all the big and small miracles that have already occurred in your life, and also to those that are currently occurring and are still to come. Miracles surround you. Be on the lookout for them. That's Nadine. Cools. Timothy, of course. I'm going to call you Tim. Hope you don't mind. Unless you really like Timothy. Like, if that's your name. Like, that's what you go by, then just let me know. Other than that, I'm going to call you Tim. So, who's this for? Because I was talking about Tim as I was shuffling instead of Kim. So that's crazy. You're welcome, Nadine. I'm going to put this card back in because I need to focus on Kim Bacoli to get her message. And that's not what I was doing. So, please give me a message for Kim B's highest good. Too many cards. Nadine, did it make sense? Or was it way off base, kiddo? Kim Bacoli, the same damn card came out. That's blowing my friggin' mind. Spirit chooses. So Kim B, gratitude. There's always something to be grateful for, even in the darkest of situations. Now is the time to recognize what is going well in your life and what you are thankful for. This is for Kim B. Once again, there's always something to be grateful for, even in the darkest of situations. Now is the time to recognize what is going well in your life and what you are thankful for. Kim B. Oh, cool. Okay, Tim. So, Elizabeth D.N. And your card, Elizabeth, is choice. You're being asked to make a choice that you've been struggling with. It's time to decide which path you are going to take. Listen to your intuition, eliminate everyone else's input, and feel your way into the choice that is right for you. The time is now. So this is for Elizabeth, if you're still on here, Elizabeth. I'm going to read it one more time. It's going to take, listen to your intuition, eliminate everyone else's input, and feel your way into the choice that is right for you. The time is now. And that was for Elizabeth. Sorry, I'm having personal issues at the moment. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Somebody's calling and texting and blowing up my phone. So, sorry about that. Okay, Nadine. You're very, very welcome, Kimby. Wow. Okay, so Dawn, if Dawn's still on here or she's coming back, please give me a message for Dawn's highest good. Right there, jumped right out. Dawn, grounding. You're being asked to ground yourself. You've been spending too much time in your head, and it's time to pay attention to your body and to the earth. Go outside and plant your feet in the ground and enjoy the centering feeling this brings. This is for Dawn. One more time for Dawn. You're being asked to ground yourself. You've been spending too much time in your head, and it's time to pay attention to your body and to the earth. Go outside and plant your feet on the ground and enjoy the centering feeling this brings. Elizabeth, I love it. Elizabeth said, okay, I heard it. Okay. I'm missing warm grass too, Sarah Boyce. Soon. Or 2 days ago, 3 days ago. Here locally where I was, it got like 62 for a couple days, and then it dropped right back down into the 20s. Sylvia. Please give me a message for Sylvia's highest good. Oh, it popped right out. Loving that. Sylvia, we have shame. You've carried this burden far too long. It's time to release the guilt you've placed on yourself and start a new chapter in your life. Set a new goal and begin taking action towards happiness. This is for Sylvia. One more time for Sylvia. Shame. You've carried this burden far too long. It's time to release the guilt you've placed on yourself and start from fresh. Sorry. You've carried this burden far too long. It's time to release the guilt you've placed on yourself and start a new chapter in your life. Set a new goal and begin taking action towards happiness. That's for Sylvia. Dan Green. Please give me a message for Dan Green's highest good. Please give me a message for Dan's highest good. Please give me a message for Dan's highest good. They're everywhere. Okay. 2 cards for Dan. First card is take a chance. It's time to step outside your comfort zone. The world is waiting for you to take a chance. When you do, you'll be rewarded with newfound confidence and enthusiasm and will begin to attract new results. First part of the message. Not sure how this relates for you, kid. Second one is reach out. You've isolated yourself and are trying to do everything on your own. It's okay to ask for help, so reach out to ask for support at this time. So hopefully this makes more sense when I put them together. Let's see. It's time to step outside your comfort zone. The world is waiting for you to take a chance. When you do, you'll be rewarded with newfound confidence and enthusiasm and will begin to attract new results. You've isolated yourself and are trying to do everything on your own. It's okay to ask for help, so reach out to ask for support at this time. Hopefully that makes sense in some way. And then Tim. We have Tim. Please give me a message for Tim's highest good. Please give me a message for Tim's highest good. And no way. I find this. So, this might be Tim's message, but I'm going to put it back in only because it is the identical, I don't even know how this happens. It's the identical message that I gave Nadine. So I think that's really crazy, and I mean, that's more than coincidence, but you deserve a fresh message. I mean, I don't know. There's just something weird about that. So, but this is identical, and it popped out. Like, they jumped out together. So, with that being said, I'm sure there's more than one thing that Spirit needs to tell Tim, so we'll go for second dip. Please give me a message for Tim's highest good. Oh, and jumped right out. What the hell? So somebody else had, I think, some of the... this was Sylvia's. So that's bizarre as hell, too. So I'm going to go with it, though, because I'm not, Shame. You've carried this burden far too long. It's time to release the guilt you've placed on yourself and start a new chapter in your life. Set a new goal and begin taking action towards happiness. Tim, that's your card. No, really, Dan? You're an introvert Capricorn. I was so shocked. Tim, I'm going to read this one more time for you. You've carried this burden far too long. It's time to release the guilt you've placed on yourself and start a new chapter in your life. Set a new goal and begin taking action towards happiness. I think it's wild that out of all these cards, the first message was Nadine's message, and then the second message, which I did give to Tim, was Sylvia's message. So that's sort of wild, cool. So that's it. Is there anybody that I'm missing that is on here that wanted a card message that I didn't give? I'm more than glad to do that for you. If not, I think we're going to wrap it up. Unless you have something you want to talk about. But I think I've done more than enough jibber-jabbering. So I wish you all the best for this upcoming weekend. I know that the spring equinox is tomorrow. And I really would suggest to you that you do something special to honor that or connect with that or use that energy to, I don't know, make the best of the next season of your life, the next season of where you live, whatever it may be. You're very welcome, Tim. Paula, you want a card? Sure thing, Paula. Please give me a message for Paula's highest good. Jumped right out. Paula, you have expand. You're being asked to expand. You live in a huge world with endless possibilities, and staying safe in the known is no longer working for you. It's time to make your world just a little bit bigger. It's time to imagine the possibilities and go for them. That's for Paula. Hi, Paula. You're so welcome, Kim B. So, once again, for Paula, you're being asked to expand. You live in a huge world with endless possibilities, and staying safe in the known is no longer working for you. It's time to make your world just a little bit bigger. It's time to imagine the possibilities and go for them. So, with that being said, everybody have a great weekend. Make the best of it. Find 3 things each day to just be grateful for. And it could be the most basic things. It could be the, I can see today, or I had a good meal today, or I did the best workout possible today. Whatever it is, just, reach out to it and grow that seed of gratitude into something that allows your frequency to rise up. And with that being said, I wish you all the best, and I'll see you on the flip side. I'm not doing a live Sunday night because I will be doing the virtual gallery. So I'll see you all next Thursday, if not sooner. But with that being said, peace.